This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Best pizza, New York style.
No way. Chicago deep dish.
Nah. White pie.
Half veggies, half meat.
Just cheese. No. Pepperoni.
Extra crunchy.
Truly.
Has to be gluten-free.
Pop it with arugula.
No, basil.
Eggplant. Dude, really?
That's not pizza, come on.
Pizza. And a Coke.
You got that right. 2 Cokes, please.
My pizza goes best with a Coke.
An ice cold Coke.
Only with a Coke.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the men's match as we're meeting the captains. The referees taking a little extra time to get out of the locker room after the exchange, changing some jerseys here on a very hot afternoon in Fulton. If you're just now joining us, man, oh man, what a wild one in the women's match. We saw leads flip-flop back and forth before ICC eventually picked up a 5-4 win over East Central in the first match of the afternoon. Of course, ICC trying to pull off the sweep this afternoon. You take a look at the Indians meeting in their pregame huddle here before the start of this one. Of course, you look at these two records. ICC 4-0 in the North Division. They're 8-3 overall. East Central, they're still in the hunt for the playoffs, so they're needing to win in a big way this afternoon. They're 2-8 overall, 2-2 in the North, currently in third place. So if the playoffs were to end today, they would be in the playoffs in that third place spot. Of course, they would love to pick up some points this afternoon and kind of better secure that spot. For the Indians, we talked about, they could go ahead and clinch a playoff spot this afternoon with a win. And if you could mix that with a Hines loss today, then that would actually clinch the North for the Indians. But of course, if you're Coach Sullivan, you don't want your guys focusing on that. You want to focus on your task at hand here and go ahead and try to take care of East Central and see if you can go ahead and lock a spot in those playoffs. Of course, ICC will travel to Hines on Friday night. That'll be a 7 o'clock match there in Raymond. No broadcast for that we know of, but we'll check with our friends down there at Hines to see if there will be anyone broadcasting those matches. Also, if you're looking for a replay of that game winner in the women's match, you can check us out on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. On Twitter, Lee Adams should be posting that one here pretty soon. Let's take a look at today's Coca-Cola starting lineups for your Indians. And this will be the starting lineup here for ICC. Number 4, Ryan Parker. Number 6, Brian Vogel. Number 7, Brendan Kane. Number 8, Ron Heredia. Number 9, Garrett Parrish. Number 10, Luan Balichete. Number 13, Brandon Tinenall. You've got number 14, John Gonzalez. Tinenall in net wearing number 13. Austin Rowell. And number 17, number 18, Joe Rainey. And number 23 is Clayton O'Daniel. That is your Coca-Cola starting lineups for ICC. Coach Mike Sullivan hoping that he's got that winning combination. ICC and Coke. Now that's a winning combination as we're awaiting this First American National Bank opening kick. ICC in their blue and white kits. East Central in their pink and white kits. I made the Mean Girls reference earlier. Today's October the 3rd, and on Wednesdays we wear pink. But of course it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that's the reason why East Central are wearing those special kits this afternoon. So East Central with it. They're moving left to right on the attack. ICC right to left on the attack. As EC takes it away. Last time these two teams met, it was much like we talked about in the women's match. It was a wild one as there's a mad scramble for a good clean play that time for East Central coming away with it. But yeah, anything and everything always tends to happen when ICC and East Central gets together. And we're expecting a lot of the same this afternoon here in Fulton in the men's match. ICC wins it 5-4 in the women's match on a header off an assist from Lexi Pun as Brittany Mathis stuck it home to give ICC the 5-4 win. ICC went up in that match 3-1. East Central eventually battled back to take a 4-3 advantage, and before ICC scored 2 straight to pick up the 5-4 victory. So the ball being kind of bounced around right now. Both these teams trying to fill each other out. Back and forth they go in this one. As I said, ICC in the blue and white kits moving right to left on the attack. Right now, pretty much this match, if it was like a American version of football, it is played between the 20s right now. Neither team can really get anything going enough to have a shot on goal. Both teams being extremely patient. Ryan Parker with it now. Looking to go over the top. Just a bit too strong. Nice angle, though. Defensively by East Central to take it away as they were looking for Brendan Kane on the backside. The defender just kind of stepped in front of him and cut his angle off on the attack and made an easy play for East Central. Now here comes ICC. This is Parrish with it now. Parrish is going to drop it back to Heredia. Heredia through traffic, sends it ahead now, gets it right back from Balichete. Ahead they go, and it's going to be offsides. Nice idea that time, just a little too far on the play as they jumped ahead. Offsides negated that opportunity for the Indians. Boy, it would have been a good one, but there was a reason why he was that wide open on the backside. Now East Central looks to reset here as they move the ball into the front half of the pitch, out of bounds, and it will stay with EC. And they'll throw it in. Actually, they're going to say it's going to be last touch by East Central. And the ball will go back to ICC. Parker throwing this one in. Over the top they go to O'Daniel. O'Daniel, like he was being grabbed that time. Referee says play on as both players were equally going after the ball. Now they send it ahead. ICC steps in front of it. Balichete with it now, sings it out wide. This is number 14, John Gonzalez. He has been on the injured reserve for quite a while, so John back for the first time in a while. Trying to get the header off the send ahead that time, and it was just a bit too tall. Good opportunity there for ICC. Couldn't quite execute it and put it on frame, and we stay scoreless. 44-40 to play here in the contest. So East Central taking their time surveying the Indians' defense, seeing what they're going to give them. But if you're a Lady Indian right now, you're kind of upset because now there's cloud cover moving into the area. There was none during the women's match, and I tell you what, that sun, lack of breeze, it was brutal out there in the first match of the day. So East Central taking their time, weaving it through traffic, send it ahead, then it's going to be taken away by ICC, cleared back. And Tinenall will put a foot into this one as defenders were coming in a hurry. This ball's going to be popped up and out of bounds. So EC directing traffic now, sends the ball to the middle of the pitch. Now he's going to send it back to reset. Still scoreless. ICC's had a couple of opportunities early. East Central has not, as EC has yet to have a shot. ICC, both their shot opportunities have not been on frame. So now East Central with the ball, being very patient on their attack. They move it back towards the middle of the pitch, trying to see if you can't get the Indians to get a little impatient and get out of their assignments defensively. ICC playing well and just going to clear this one back once again. So Parker has the ball. And ICC now being a little bit more patient, surveying and see what the defense wants to get them. Brandon Kane with it. Kane sends it ahead. Now Clayton O'Daniel has a one-on-one opportunity here. O'Daniel dekes the keeper, and scores! Making it look easy that time, as for some reason our replay went black on us. So ICC takes a 1-0 lead. That was Clayton O'Daniel on the goal. No assist after taking a couple of dribbles on that one ahead. So ICC leads it 1-0 now, 39:45 to play. So EC will have it, trailing in this contest 1-0. Heavy on the touch that time. ICC takes it away. This is going to be Heredia. Heredia sends it ahead. And just a little bit too strong that time. Looking for Austin Rowell. Sending it ahead. Just a little too strong on the touch. And East Central scoops that one up easily. So EC with the ball. Trying to find that equalizer with it at midfield now. Tough defense out of the Indians. Pokes that one free. East Central, though, able to wrestle it back, and then there's ICC to take it away. Good job staying with the play that time by the Indians, and now here comes ICC one more time, and offside is the call. Clayton O'Daniel had a chance at his second goal that time, and just a step too quick before the ball was released, and it will send it back. And another opportunity missed there by ICC. 1-0 is your score. Clayton O'Daniel with the goal early on in the match. And then just a poor touch that time by East Central, but was able to get it back. Good hustle that time on the part of East Central. So that ball's going to be sent ahead out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for ICC. I have as an exchange between Braylon Greer and the side official. The Warriors. I think I referred to, I knew the Eagles did not sound right, but it is the Warriors, and I apologize. I think I referred to them as the Eagles a couple of times in the women's match, so that's my bad. ICC with it now. East Central takes it away. And ICC steps in front of that one, tries to cross it, does so now, sends it over the top. Nobody there for ICC. Be easily played that time by East Central. And so East Central had it, lost it. ICC got it back, then they lost it, and then they got it back one more time. And then East Central gets it back now. As incidental contact, EC put it right back into play, and ICC breaks it up nicely. 1-0 is your score. ICC with the advantage over East Central. And reverse the pitch over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez sends it ahead to Brendan Kane. Kane wanting to work one-on-one. Nope, forgot the ball. Has to go back and get it. East Central comes in a little too aggressive defensively that time, and that's going to be a foul. See the ICC baseball team working out in the background. They're 5-0 during their fall ball season. They picked up 3 wins over Calhoun, then got a win over Colin and Kahoma out at Delta State. They've got a couple more dates left. Of course, they're playing their Red and Blue series right now, or their Steak and Beans series. Winner eats steak, loser eats beans. And those softballs going through that as well. Softball coming off a pair of losses at Ole Miss. Of course, they played Division I foes, UNA and Ole Miss, in those games. So East Central battles it through that time, and ICC clears it out. Mad scramble for the ball, and East Central is going to control it. Then ICC pokes it free, and now ICC controls it. Anything you can do, I can do better on that possession. And now here comes ICC trying to send it ahead, and East Central will take it back one more time. 35 minutes, 43 seconds to play here. As East Central with it on the far side of the pitch. As EC sends it ahead now, here comes opportunity trying to find that equalizer out of the far wing. East Central looking to go to work now, trying to knife it inside. Parker. And there's a whistle, and that's going to be a foul on East Central. It looked like they had a handful of the jersey that time. Or are they going to call this a foul on ICC? We'll see. Yeah, they're going to call this on East Central, as had a handful of jersey and took Ryan Parker to the turf. So this will result in a free kick here. So now the ball at midfield. That's a handball, and yes it is. Now ICC quickly puts it back in play. Brendan Kane tries to sit it ahead. O'Daniel, and yep, that's a foul on O'Daniel, coming in to clear out to let that one get by the defender. Good call by the referee that time. And there was a second whistle coming in, and the Central player getting a quick talking to by the referee. And they put it back in play. It's one of those right now, if you're the referee, and just let them play on unless there's just something you really, really, really need to get in control. As that ball taken away by the Indians, now East Central takes it back. And then ICC clears it back. Good job that time on the part of ICC, as that was Garrett Parrish back there clearing that one out. And this one's going to go ahead. They're going to call offsides on the play. And the officials say play on with no play on the ball that time. So now Gonzalez on the far side of the pitch. Sends it ahead to Kane. Kane surveying what the defense is going to give him. Didn't give him anything. Now gives it back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over the middle. Now they're going to try to swing it out wide. This is going to be Heredia. The speedy Heredia on the far side of the pitch. Trying to work away from the defender. Nicely defended that time on the part of EC. Now middle they go. This is Balichete with it. Balichete leaves it out wide to Heredia. Heredia back to Balichete. And he's just going to dribble it back and reset. Gonzalez over to Heredia. Heredia tries to squeeze that one inside to Balichete, and this time it's going to be cleared back. And the ball's going to be free, and East Central out hustles ICC for it. Now here comes EC. A chance to find the equalizer here. 1v1 opportunity. And Parker dives in front of it. The ball over the middle, and just a great effort by the Indians. Numbers on the side of ICC that time, as Parker, extra effort, runs that one down before it goes out of bounds. So Parker makes the sliding stop, takes away the angle from the East Central player, and then he tried to squeeze it in there. Good job ICC-wise to clear that one out after the keeper had went to the turf to make the stop. Now here comes ICC on the other end. Clayton O'Daniel trying to get to it, and that one taken away. So this is just kind of a anything you can do, I can do better match so far. ICC, though, has been able to cash in on a shot attempt to take a 1-0 advantage as that one goes out of bounds. Back to ICC. Now the Indians try to send it ahead. Stepped in front of it that time by East Central. ICC deflects it away, but East Central maintains control. 31 minutes and 52 seconds to play here until halftime. As Heredia with the ball now, drops it back. As Brian Vogel sends it ahead to O'Daniel. Now trying to slip it forward. Oh, nice idea, but nice hustle that time defensively, just to take that quick extra big step to get in front of that one. Now here comes East Central, trying to get out on the far side of the pitch. Ball is dropped behind. Still loose on the pitch, and nice hustle on the part of Joe Rainey to battle that one through, but East Central able to get it back. Now here comes EC trying to go. They're going to send it ahead, and they're going to try to ask for offsides. It's not there. Ball is deflected, and an easy stop that time on the part of the Indians. Balichete with it at midfield. O'Daniel, now up ahead they go, trying to find Rowell, and just a poor angle on the touch that time as Rowell couldn't get back to it. And you kind of heard Sully in the background there, kind of telling the guys how lackadaisical they are being with their possessions, and I think that's a perfect example of what's going on with ICC right now. They're committing a lot of unforced turnovers in this contest. And the ball just refused to go out of bounds that time. Rainey thought it was going to go out of bounds. It did not. And then Parrish comes in and puts a foot on that one. Sends it ahead to Austin Rowell. Good hustle on the part of the Indians to keep that ball alive and get it away from the attack. O'Daniel had it, lost it, trying to get it back, then pops it out, and it's going to go Gonzalez to chase it down the far side of the pitch. He's going to settle down and drop it back to Ryan Parker. Parker puts his hands up, says, guys, calm down, let's get set. And now Parker just going to send it back to the keeper here and get it back. So the Indians going to survey what East Central's doing here. And almost just a game of catch between the back line here from ICC. Parrish pokes it ahead to Rowell. Rowell back to Parrish. Now wanting to try to go over the top to O'Daniel. Got an opportunity here. O'Daniel out on the far wing. Looking to work 1v1 here. Trying to squeeze it ahead. Now across the middle they go. Then taken away, though, by East Central. Every time ICC goes on the attack, East Central has almost been a half a step ahead of them and knowing where the ball was going to go, as they've done a great job this afternoon countering every attack, or really stopping every attack, I should say, by the Indians. Parker weaving his way through traffic. Parker with a rare scoring opportunity. The Aussie puts a foot into it and too low. Almost had a shot there. Parker a little upset with himself. He doesn't get a lot of those opportunities, as he put a left foot into that one, a solid foot, but a nice stop on the part of East Central. Now if you're ICC, you got to have somebody fall back in the spot of Parker, as he is trying to get back on the opposite side of the pitch, as he is spent having to basically run the length of the pitch to really score that goal. But the ball taken away now. East Central's going to send it down, and this will be easily reeled in here by the Indians. So 1-0 is your score. ICC with the lead, coming up on 28.5 minutes to play until halftime. Going to send it out wide. That's going to be Rainey with it. Rainey lets it settle, tries to send it ahead. East Central deflects it away. Nicely done by EC that time. Now they're going to try to find the equalizer, looking for the cross. Nobody there, but then a deflection, and East Central gets it back. Here comes EC looking to fire the goal. Dribbling inside, looking for the cross. Oh, nicely done that time. Garrett Parrish coming in on the clutch once again, taking away what could have been an easy goal for EC on that extra effort defensive try. Now here we go on the opposite end. This is going to be Brendan Kane. He lets it settle. Now wants to work one-on-one. Gets by him, and he's tackled by the keeper. And how was that not a foul? How was that not a foul? Let's take a look at that on Little Caesars instant replay. He was not going for the ball at all. We'll look at the replay in the entirety here. The ball, yeah, he was not going for the ball at all. So a break there for East Central. As you saw there on the Little Caesars instant replay, that should be a PK coming up for the Indians. It is not. So a break for East Central, and this opportunity results in a corner kick coming up here for ICC. Inside 27 minutes to play now. Send it to the backside. The header is deflected and eventually reeled in by the East Central keeper. So now the ball sent ahead. And sent forward. Really nobody there for ICC. So East Central will get it back one more time. 1-0 is your score. That 50-50 ball is cleared out by ICC, controlled by East Central. And East Central will get it back. Trying to send it ahead. Gonzalez breaks it up. Now ICC trying to reverse the pitch. This is Brendan Kane. Over the middle they go to Heredia. Heredia's kick is deflected out. So this will be ICC now going ahead. Or excuse me, ECC going ahead. Looking for that equalizer here in the contest. Header is going to be too wide that time. Good idea on the cross, just could not execute on the backside. So being joined in the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association broadcast booth by Coach David Strother, and we got some substitutions coming in the match. Coach, first off, congratulations. A very hard-fought 5-4 victory this afternoon by the Lady Indians. A nice rebound. Very interesting contest.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. So a great result, just finding a way to win, find 3 points in the division. I was mentioning in my post-game interview, just trying to identify our identity and what our culture is. And for it to be 11 games into the season, I thought we had a good idea who we were, but we got caught last Monday, and I think that was affecting some lingering things going through. Game was 2 goals ahead, and we were not putting it away still. And they came back and scored 3 unanswered goals. So to see the resiliency of this team, yeah, it's 5-4. Look at the scoreline, but the way that it was fought and the way that we earned it, I'm extremely proud of how the team did that today. Yeah,
Lady Indians went up 3-1, and as Coach Sullivan and I were talking about, it just seems like every time ICC and East Central get together, crazy things happen, and that was the case there. The Lady Warriors score 3 straight to take a 4-3 advantage. You come back with 2 straight, including the game winner off a beautiful assist by Lexi Pun on a header to Brittany Mathis. You can see that play on our Twitter account for the game winner. And, Coach, as you said, just a good job of digging deep and finding a way to win.
Right, and that that's going to be what it's going to take for us in moments across the season now. It's so late into the second leg of division, you just got to find a way to win. And we had expectations of going for the North Division, and we fell short on that. The reality is now with the game we lost on Monday, probably not going to get there just based on point differential from the first-place team currently. But we can certainly fight for second place and get qualification, earn 3 times into the playoffs out of the past 4 seasons since I've been here as a head coach, and continue to build on what we've been doing over the past few seasons. So we're excited about it, just making it a little bit more stressful than maybe we want it to be.
Absolutely. And, Coach, another big thing is talking about the getting that second place spot. That would also result in a home match as well in the playoffs. And, of course, in this league, it just gets tougher and tougher each year and almost day to day. And so that home field or home pitch advantage could be huge for the Lady Indians.
Yeah, it really could. And so we have an opportunity to get it 12 points by the end of the week. And last year we finished in second place with 15 points. And so we know that 15 can get us there. So if we can get to 12 points at the end of the week and still have 2 games to play for the final round of division next week, we feel really good about our opportunity to finish with a second place finish.
All right, let's take a look at now. Let's shift to the guys action, and you kind of hear Sully on the sideline just sloppy with the ball right now, and just not playing the ICC soccer we're used to seeing them play over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's just the pace of the game. It's become Itawamba's identity a little bit to score early goals first 5 minutes or so, and this may be a chance if he can break away on the outside. But the identity of the team has been finishing quickly in the beginning of matches and really getting a cushion. I think Sullivan is disappointed with the pace of how they're playing. East Central's content with sitting back. If they win, it's a big result for them, but the points aren't necessarily where they're playing for first place in division. They're looking to just maybe finish up still tied for second or go into third place. And so you can see the way that they're pressing and the way they're defending. They're not really coming out at Itawamba, and that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for Itawamba to stay composed, stay patient, wait for the moments where they can actually attack and get numbers forward.
Clayton O'Daniel, the difference in the match so far. He got the goal earlier on in the contest. 1-0 is the score, and as you said right now, well, Coach, in that counter for the Indians, yes, you want to be patient, see if you can find something that opens up, maybe quick in exchange or flipping field position. But right now, if you're ICC, at the same time, maybe you can eat up a lot of this clock with East Central laying back and almost just play and I hate to say this, a boring brand to pick up a W.
Yeah, it's not anything that's really going to challenge. I believe another reason East Central's been doing this is previous 3 matches for East Central. I believe the total within these 3 games was around 27 or 28 goals in the past 3 games that they've conceded, and that's an extremely large number of goals. And you can see that they are hesitant in going forward because they want to make sure that they're organized defensively, but the score lines they've given up the past 3 games can lead for opportunities where if Itawamba can get the second, get the third, the floodgates kind of come in after that. You just have to be mindful about these little counter moments whenever it gets the ball up to East Central's forwards and how they get into these transitions. You don't want to become so lackadaisical in your attack that you become vulnerable on the counterattack.
So EC with it, and pass interference as he wrapped him up with that backhand. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, a lot of contact. The official said play on in that situation there. Well, Coach, one thing that kind of jumped out at us in your women's match, you had 3 ladies that did not start today. Grace Falley goes down to an injury. A couple of East Central players goes down to an injury. We were talking about it, Sully and I, the 3rd of October, and kickoff, it was 92 degrees at your match. And it's been a bit ridiculous when it comes to weather.
Yeah, and collegiate soccer is so tough. Just the exertion that the body goes through and the amount of games we have to play in a short amount of time. It's a window that the NJCAA gives us and the NCAA gives us, and so we're thankful to have the sport, but it could be more of an extended season because what it turns into is these amount of games in a short amount of time, not just on the women's side, but it leads to injuries and issues on the men's side as well. And that is something that's been addressed with the NCAA. They're looking to actually split the seasons up. They've been trying to get that running for a few years now, where they want to have partial of the season in the fall, finish with the other part of the season in the spring, similar to what basketball does. And I think it would be a great thing because you put so much into a 3-month period. You don't have much time to really develop as a true team unless you get it going in those 3 months. And you've seen some teams, they'll get it rocking and rolling in those 3 months. You see some others, you need a little bit more time than that. But also just on the injury side of it, it would be a benefit to these student athletes.
So we've got 19:22 to go here until halftime. ICC with a 1-0 lead here, and this is really almost a match of anything you could do, I can do better. It just almost played from 30 to 30, I guess you can say. And
I think the vulnerability that we can find East Central in is if they're going to play this 18 to 18, as you say, if they're going to play box to box, it's quick moments. As soon as Itawamba wins the ball defensively, especially in the middle, especially as the attacking midfielders, that'd be moments to then trigger a good counter moment. Find a forward that's running in early. Brendan Kane, Jake Kirkpatrick out on the outside using their speed. You can hit them with a diagonal pass, and you can split the back line very, very quickly.
So East Central continue to put up that pressure. And now they're trying to go over the top. Here comes that opportunity you were just talking about, Coach. This is Brendan Kane with it. Kane's got some guys coming in with him as well now. Fires with the left foot, and oh, what a stop. Nicely done that time by the East Central keeper. Don't know if it would have been on frame or not, but a good job that time by Kane to make it dangerous.
And that's the type of opportunity that can put them in on a consistent basis. And what happens is sometimes it becomes so easy, you become complacent with it. It's really not. Just continue, whatever ball's working, just continue to play it. One thing that was going on for us in the women's game is we were constantly down the left-hand side, repetitively in the first half. And then in the second half, we made similar tactics, just moved it to the right-hand side, and we were consistently down in the right-hand side. So if the opponent doesn't make the adjustments, you just take advantage of it. And it may become redundant, but you can look in our game, and it eventually paid off. Build-up took place down the right-hand side with Lexi Pund, numbers on the back side, and it was exactly what we talked about at halftime. So I was pleased with our women's side for adjusting to that.
So both teams set in some tough substitutions. That could be another factor. And, Coach, I really thought that ended up being a factor for you as well, just the depth that you had established in the game. You saw late in the game both players or both teams just basically sucking some wind or just hands on their hips and knees trying to find a way to get some of that extra wind in their lungs. And I thought you did a good job with your substitutions this afternoon, being able to keep some of the fresher legs later down the stretch.
Yeah, thank you. And East Central already came in being a few numbers down. And by the injuries that took place, I think it was 2 of them that couldn't step back in. And by the 80th minute, definitely after that, you could see the fatigue had certainly set into East Central. They were sitting back. They were okay, allowing for a tie. Earning a point on the road is a big result in this league, and you could see that they were sitting back. And to see the resiliency of my team, just, hey, give me the ball, I want to make the run. Give me the ball, I want to make the run. I was real pleased with our wingers. Had to sub them out a good bit to keep them fresh. But I was pleased with how our wings and our outside forwards played.
Coach, break us down on that last game-winning plays you talked about at Lexi, coming off that wing on the near side of the pitch and hard collision there, and no whistle. The referee says play on. I don't think ICC realizes that, or maybe he did apparently blow the whistle. I didn't hear one.
Yeah.
But yeah, just break down that final play. A great cross on the part of Lexi Pun, and then Brittany Mathis just sitting at home.
Yeah, and so the build-up really established with Ali Chenal as our right back, who I thought had a really good game today. She started out as the left forward. We moved her around periodically. She was our right forward for a little bit of time, and then just to flip-flop her and Lexi just because of speed issues, I moved Lexi up top and tried to create an overload against their left back. And I was actually, that whole sequence was supposed to get Ali overlapping, and Lexi was just so fast that she was able to beat the defender on her own, and we didn't need a 2v1. So she got around the defender. Brittany separated from her two center backs. She went to the far post, and whenever you're 4'7" and you're able to head home the game winner, that's fantastic. And I just told him at the end of the game how pleased I was, not with the result, the win, but it was just the work rate to get the win. Good opportunity right here.
O'Daniel had the chance there. It was nicely stopped that time by East Central. East Central playing tough, making it hard on the Indians. Coach, we talked about that. Sully and I did about Brittany Mathis. Yeah, she's not the biggest person in stature, but I tell you what, when she loads up and puts a foot into it, it's almost like she's 6'2".
Yeah, and just her first touch too, how quick she is. She's deceivingly fast, and I think she does a good job of baiting defenders and bringing them in kind of close to her. And then her next touch is explosive and gets by them. And she had a good day. Good day too. She's been frustrated a little bit. She hasn't been able to get as many goals as she was getting early in the season. She got numerous chances in our last game and the game before that, and we just positivity, letting her know that it's going to come. That's part of college. You're not going to score 6 goals a game, maybe like what you do in high school, but you just got to make sure that you take chances. You can't score if you don't take chances. And even early in the game, she was taking some chances, got a little frustrated, talked her back down to neutral, and to hit that game winner as a freshman and really keep our playoff hopes alive. I just so proud of her and the rest of the team and how they fought.
Coach, you can tell her it's because she spoke to me at lunch today. So,
well, you get an award. She doesn't speak much, so
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She's a very quiet person, and so that's what it was. I'm going to take full credit for that, even though it has zero to do with it. Ball goes out of bounds as this match has just pretty much just been back and forth. It was a Clayton O'Daniel goal that has gotten the advantage for the Indians right now, 1-0, and you might have just heard a very loud sigh below us. That was Coach Sullivan. One of those situations, I don't know, is he frustrated? Yes, because the guys aren't taking care of the ball, but 2, at the same time, he knows East Central is doing a great job of causing a lot of these issues.
Mm-hmm. And I think it is a little bit more of what the team in blue is doing right now. He has expectations for these guys. You know, you're undefeated in North Division. You're the leading team in the North. You have the second best record in the entire state. So a lot of things that we preach on, I know he does the same with his program, is it's not about your opponent. It's about what you're doing. And if the product isn't how it should be, yeah, there's frustration there. And so as a coach, you never want to get too out of focus. You never want to get too upset, because you got to be the one that stays kind of calm and collective. And you can see him talking now to Brendan Kane, probably just giving him some reassurance of whenever he steps back in, some of those moments that he can get on these diagonal balls and get in behind the back line.
13:08 to play here until halftime. ICC leads it 1-0. ICC takes it away. Balichete has it, sends it ahead, trying to find Heredia, but just a little too strong on the touch. And now here comes a shot from distance, not on frame though, as it's an easy scoop up by ICC. And maybe now starting to see a little bit of the frustrations of East Central, not really being able to get anything tough on goal, and that time just a little ill-advised shot.
Yeah, they don't really have anything going forward. You know, the lines are pretty defined. They've got 3 forwards just staying in straight line to one another. They have their midfield defined, and no one's really interchanging within their lines. And so one thing that I'd look to do if I was at East Central, even before halftime, but certainly at halftime, would just be reiterate to make your runs in between your lines. If you're an attacking mid, play to the forward line, but don't stop. Make your pass and then run through the line. Make those center backs have to think about who they're going to mark and where they're going to cover. And anytime you get defenders thinking, that's always a positive.
Yeah. Yes, very true. So ICC is going to get this goal kick sent down the pitch here. Well, Coach, you kind of talked about it a little bit more and go a little bit more in depth right now for ICC as they get some substitutions into the match. And East Central doing a good job of forcing them backwards instead of on the attack. You see them trying to go over the top here. Talk about some of those angles, some of the things that ICC can try to do to maybe see if they can break away a goal.
Yeah, and exactly what just took place is what East Central wants to take place. It's called a block system where you sit in, and this is a mid-level block. It's a mid-level because of the way East Central is sitting in. It's on this side of the 18-yard line. If it's on the other side of the 18-yard line, close to their goal, we call that a low block system. But by them sitting here, it really compacts the space, makes it super, super narrow on the width, and also makes it super tight in the depth. So you don't have many passing lanes, you don't have any passing options. So the way you beat that low block system is you get as wide and as expanded as you can be, and you try to create overloads out wide with give and goes or overlaps. If you can't get it through there, then you try to find someone like Luan who can get the ball in the attacking midfield position and dribble at those lines and really break them down. So there's different varieties that they can look to do, but right now it's becoming very generic, just kicking it forward and trying to get someone to run onto it, and that's exactly what East Central wants to have.
Absolutely is. Coach, I'm going to go mute our mics real quick and show you something on text message in case you need to go see about that. That's my truck right there in case it needs to be moved. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, as we're back to action now, as East Central with it, looking to go ahead in a shot, but a nice save that time on the part of ICC to keep this lead at 1-0. Take a look back at that. There was an opportunity there. Brandon with a nice save. So ICC with the ball. Parker is going to send it ahead. Here comes an opportunity for ICC. Oh, nicely defended, though, by East Central to break away that opportunity. Ball, is it going to stay in bounds? Yes, it is. Now looking to go on the cross to the backside. Opportunity here. Rowell goes up, just jumped into the ball a little too much, and East Central is going to clear it out. So now here comes East Central on the counterattack, trying to find the equalizer here. Nice job by Garrett Parrish to break that one up and then send it ahead. Broken up by Parker. Substitution coming into the match here. Anybody wondering, an ambulance was called for a player from East Central's women's team, so that's the reason why I kind of broke away for a moment. My truck was parked directly behind us here, so I wanted to make sure my truck was out of the way. As welcome back Coach Strother into the Foundation broadcast booth. And Coach, ICC had another opportunity, just couldn't quite send that one home. I know you've been helping out with the situation below, but kind of go back and talk about that point. ICC did what you said, just trying to go over the top, but East Central's playing well and aggressive defensively, taking away some opportunities here.
And it can be dangerous. You know, the speed of Itawamba can allow for that to get into the back line. But it becomes very easy to figure out and very easy to mark, and you can just see how high East Central's line is right now, just really trying to make everything in front of them as tight as possible. And once that takes place, you just need a little bit better off-ball runs. Combination play, faster decisions, faster off-ball runs so that you can break through those lines.
So now the ball sent to midfield. It's going to be taken away by East Central. They're going to back it back out now and try to reset here. There's 7:45 and counting here in the contest. And the ambulance that has been called is kind of struggling to find where it needs to go right now. So one of the trainers taking off with a golf cart and a whistle, and we've got a player down here for ICC as well. So a lot of confusion and stuff going on around the pitch right now. As let's step away. ICC leads it 1-0. 7 minutes and 8 seconds to play here. Back with more right after this.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back to action as shot was saved that time nicely by East Central. Shot from distance. Even 7 minutes to play here in the first half. And ICC gets it back. Just a weird exchange over that last 4 or 5 minutes with everything going on the pitch and off the field right now as well. So we do apologize if we seemed a little bit out of it, as an ambulance has been called for a player that probably just got, hopefully, just a little overheated this afternoon in the women's match. And so there'll be a free kick coming up here for ICC. Looks like Balichete will be on to attempt this one. And he hammers that one forward and deflected off the backside of a East Central player. And now ICC trying to build on this 1-0 advantage. Up front they go. Handball, yes it is.
This is a good spot for Itawamba. They've done a good job this season in these little areas on their set pieces. And so you're going to see Luan Balichetti on this ball. You'll probably see Brian Heredia over this ball as well. Looks like even Ryan Parker's trying to sneak in there. Usually Ryan's one of those inside the box, but you've got at least these two guys that can hit very quality services, both on frame and also dangerous passing options for him.
I think it was after Ryan sprinted the length of the field earlier, he was like, guys, just let me try to have it from here. As that shot is easily scooped and saved that time by East Central.
The life of a center back. You have to jog up 80 yards so that you get one glorifying moment and then sprint back all the way so that you don't get caught in a counter. So
ICC breaks up that one, but nice play by East Central to break it up, and ICC gets it back though. Once again, kind of just that counterpoint this afternoon. Anything you can do, I can do better. But luckily for the Indians, they've found a way to stick one home. They lead it 1-0 right now. 5:15 to play until halftime.
And just some of the passing with both teams, some of them been a little bit sloppy, just some unforced errors, not even really any defensive pressure, just passing to the opponent. And neither one is really looking for quick counter moments against those, but I think that would be a vulnerable opportunity. Happened in the women's game, too. There were numerous for both teams, just passing to the other team and really being in dangerous situations. So could be the heat, or just could be just a lack of focus a little bit, but you want to see if that can get cleaned up. You never want an easy goal like that to be the cost of a game or two.
So Parker with it, trying to just survey the defense, seeing what they're going to give him. Simply drops it back now and allows the Indians to reset. Parker with it. We're going to weave it through the middle now. This is Heredia. Heredia trying to flip-flop sides of the field, and just a poor touch that time by the Indians. That was Huckabee who lost it. And East Central's able to get it back, but then there's Gonzalez. Gonzalez breaks it up, and now here comes East Central. East Central with an opportunity, trying to find the equalizer, sends it ahead. Gonzalez breaks it up and clears it out. Coach, I know Sullivan's glad to have John Gonzalez back.
Yeah, it's good to see him back. He's worked so hard to get healthy, and just the way he's been playing all season. Last year he had that injury, had to get redshirted, and then to take an injury again this season, that can sometimes be frustrating for a player. And the way they respond can really signify how well the season's going to go for him. So to see him back and to see him contributing the way he is, it's a great asset to this Itawamba team.
So that ball's going to be cleared out. It'll be a corner kick coming up here for East Central. 3:45 to play. As this will be a corner opportunity coming up. This will be Jake Kraft to send in this corner.
These are the types of moments that can be dangerous. You know, we fell victim to this in our game. It was 3-1, and we gave up a PK. And this is now just a chance where East Central really hasn't had any build-up, but now they get an opportunity to get a corner. And these are good chances where you can always try to get back into a game off of something like that. Second corner coming in off a deflection. Just got to make sure you have your players organized. Make sure everyone's marked up. You're not allowing any type of free opportunity inside the 18.
So coming up on 3 minutes now until halftime, ICC leads this one 1-0. It'll be interesting to see what halftime adjustments Sully does here, and I have a feeling this is going to be a spirited halftime, judging by Coach Sullivan's manner on the sideline. Trying to go to the backside. Now the ball sent ahead, and just wide. That was a great opportunity there for East Central, as the keeper was not expecting that one to sneak its way through. Luckily for ICC, that one wide left.
Yeah, I think spirited is a great word for it, because they're not playing bad. The system's there. You can see the spacing where they want to go. It's just the way that it's getting there and the way that the work is taking place. I think Coach Sullivan wants it just to be a little bit more energy. You know, regardless of the opponent, want to play the way we want to play. And boys in blue just aren't doing that too well right now.
So this goal kick going to be sent down the pitch, and it's going to be cleared out by East Central, controlled by ICC. Indians would love to find a way to put another goal on the board here with 2 minutes to play until halftime. Inside 2 minutes to play now. 1-0 is your score. There's a Clayton O'Daniel goal. The freshman striker out of Tupelo High School is the difference in the match so far. Well, Coach, quick turnaround for you. That's almost seems to be the theme of the week for you guys this week. Go on the road Friday to take on Hines. Try to avenge a upset win. I won't say call it an upset. It was an upset victory on the part of Hines. They came through and did what it takes to pick up that win here in ICC, trying to get it back on the other end.
This is just those little mistakes I was just talking about. It's a good recovery by Ryan Parker, but that's something that shouldn't even take place. Goalkeeper needs to be more disciplined than that. So you just want to make sure that you're switched on. You know, don't want to give away any loose opportunity in the final minute. They can get a team back into it that really hasn't had any dynamic chances going forward or getting into the attack. But yeah, all credit to our opponent on Monday. I mean, you know, the stats are stats, but the only stat that matters is the score line, and they got 1-0. And we went back and tracked the video, and we had 36 shots to their 4. And on one of those 4, it counted. And all 36 of ours just weren't good enough. So we do have a sour taste in our mouth. You know, unfortunately, the way the league is, you don't get those points back. Yeah, we can beat them, but that's 3 points we left on the table, and instead of getting 6 points against that opponent. And so that's where the separation is of what we're trying to do with our program, separating us from second place in division consistently to being that first place where we can contend on a regular basis. And we're getting there. You know, it's something that takes a little bit of time. Put this on a 5-year plan, and I think we're about year 3 and probably a little bit ahead of where I thought we'd be in year 3. So I am proud and pleased of what we're doing. We just want it to be now, if we're capable of doing now. Great hit.
And that would have been a big goal there for ICC in the closing moments, as now we're inside 10 seconds. Balichete came in and made that thing dangerous. Now can ICC fire it from distance with 3 seconds? Parrish is going to put a foot on it, and it's going to go forward, and that's going to do it. Your first half of play, ICC 1, East Central 0. We'll take a break and come back with the second half of action here on Let's Go ICC TV in about 10 minutes. Back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
So my name's Lakin Jones. I went here in August of 2015. I just recently graduated in May of 2017. While I was here, I was studying pre-occupational therapy, but I eventually changed to communication. The application process to Itawamba was great. I mean, they told me everything I needed, and what I needed to do. And if I was ever confused, I knew the admissions office or student affairs was just one call away. So coming to ICC, just transferring to where I am now, which is Mississippi State, I was able to apply for so many more scholarships, and a university became affordable, which as before it would have never been something that I could have done. Being a transfer student, and if you are in Phi Theta Kappa, which is our honor society, you are guaranteed for several thousand more dollars of scholarships than if you just went straight to a university. But through building my resume and making connections and really falling in love with MSU and committing to going there, they actually offered me a full tuition scholarship. Hardly anyone knows who they are or what they want to do with their life at 18, 19, or even 20 years old. And so when I went to ICC, I had a little bit more attention and a little bit more time to find myself and to learn what I liked and what I don't like, and what I'm good at and what I'm not really good at. So with that, I really learned who I was and my dreams.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Did you know your child's eyes can be checked as young as 6 months of age? They do not have to know their letters or even be able to talk in order to receive a comprehensive eye exam. Your eye doctor can tell you many things just by looking at them. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide proper diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your eye appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula.
Jalapeno.
No way. Avocados, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
That is, for me, one of the greatest attributes about ICC, because it was challenging. It's still challenging in the classroom, but the classes are small enough where you know the teacher by name, the teacher knows you by name, and you're not just another number. The teachers you can talk to them, and they know you, and they know kind of what your needs are, where you struggle in class, where you excel in class, and they give you office hours, and you can go by at any point in time. And I know I had a friend at one point, and her grandmother had passed away, and she had a test the next morning, and the teacher said, well, meet me up here at 9 o'clock at night. And that's just something that you get at ICC that you won't get anywhere else.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa Beta Chi Sigma Tupelo campus.
What if Mississippi's community and junior colleges didn't exist? You'd see a much different Mississippi, one without these degrees. And the jobs that come from them. One where many would fail to get a higher education because affordable community and junior college is their only hope. We're in danger of this happening thanks to state budget cuts. In fact, Mississippi once ranked #1 in America's community and junior college systems. #1. But now has slipped out of the top 10, way out, which is already a consequence of budget cuts. So, what if community and junior colleges didn't exist? If budget cuts continue, we may well find out. Contact your legislator and tell them to support Mississippi's community and junior colleges.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6. Pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just moments away from the First American National Bank kick to start the second half. ICC leading 1-0 over East Central. And we talked about it was going to be a spirited halftime. Well, it was for Coach Sullivan. He was very unpleased with his guys' effort in the first half. And we'll see how the guys come out and play here to start the second half. As Sully very vocal with his guys, telling them to get over to the sideline and get away from the field of play for everybody to load up and talk. So it'll be the Indians to start the second half. They're in their blue and white kits. East Central in their pink and white kits. ICC will be on the attack, left to right. East Central will be on the attack right to left. Tough sledding here for the East Central keeper as he will be looking back into the sun as it continues to set here in Fulton. As we said, these matches moved up an hour. Later we get into the season due to no lights here at the field, I should say. Yes, at the pitch as well. So the 1 and 3 will be all the start times for the home matches for ICC throughout the second half of the season. That ball sent ahead, and the keeper's just going to come out and clear it out. And ICC with a much noticeable quicker pace to start the second half here. As the ball is sent out of bounds, so to stay with ICC. And it will not be a corner opportunity, it'll be a throw-in here. As Gonzalez is set to throw this one in. Heredia with it, now gives it back to John. Gonzalez looking to go to work, tries to get away from the trap, now sends it ahead to Heredia. Heredia with it. Over to the middle they go. Ball just took a funky hop off the foot of the ICC player that time, and East Central gets it back. Now East Central trying to counter. Nicely done, though, by ICC to get it back. This is Heredia with it now. Leaves it out wide to Brendan Kane. Kane trying to dribble back towards the middle of the field. Leaves it up to Balichete. Balichete trying to go ahead. And Clayton O'Daniel trying to plead towards the referee that he got spun around by the defender that time. No whistle, and I didn't see much contact as well. And so East Central gets the ball. Now going to send it down the pitch. And it's going to be controlled by ICC. ICC trying to work with a much quicker tempo than we saw in the first half. Gonzalez with it now, reverses it back towards the middle. This is Vogel with it. Vogel trying to send it ahead, broken up nicely, though, by East Central. EC with the ball, trying to weave their way through traffic. They trail this contest 1-0, trying to find the equalizer this trip down the pitch. Nearly lose the possession. And so the ball's going to go down and eventually be cleared out by ICC. So it'll be a throw-in here for the Warriors. So a throw-in here on the near side of the pitch. There's 42-32 left here in the second half. And ICC getting set, or actually just showing a lot more aggressiveness here in the second half. And Coach, you had a chance to go down and talk to Sully in between halves. What were some of the things that you guys talked about and maybe some of his focus on the second half?
Well, he calmed down a little bit, and we were able to talk. But it's what you just stated, just the intensity. You can even see in the first 3 minutes, there's just a change in the way that Itawamba is working right now. So that low block and that mid block became lackadaisical and very very generic for Itawamba to try to play through, and now I think they're going to just try to be a little bit quicker in the direct play. You can see them trying to go directly forward up to the forward, and if that doesn't work, then they'll look to maybe play some diagonal balls from one side to the next. Try to get runners in behind that line instead of try to break them through combination play.
So that ball's going to be broken up, and East Central's going to let it settle and get it at midfield. Then ICC breaks it up, and East Central gets it right back, and then East Central gives it right back to ICC. And up they go, trying to get it up the pitch. This is O'Daniel, and I don't know if O'Daniel knew he had anybody coming in from behind on him that time. It was easily taken away by the Warriors. So East Central trying to find that equalizer here, sending it ahead. Garrett Parrish with it. And he's going to clear it out. A lot of contact. East Central player upset that no call, but I think it was a good no call that time as both players going for the loose ball.
Yeah, I think it was a really good no call as well. Even there, that's a really good tackle by number 21 with East Central. And it's nice to see the tempo of the game. I mean, that's a little bit of a generic foul. It's probably going to lead to a yellow card for Brian Heredia.
And that is going to be the case there. So Heredia will get the card in that situation, so we'll get a switch here. This is going to be Cameron Kane coming in to replace Heredia. I think that was a good call by the referee, too. As you said, yeah, a little bit too much, but a little not chippy play going on, but some aggressive and physical play going on there. So the referee coming in, making a quick stop on that on a good call and trying to keep this game in control because, as we all know, no matter the sport in the MACJC, it only takes somebody looking at somebody wrong and all heck breaks loose.
Absolutely. You know, it is a bit of a rivalry game. It's a North Division matchup, and you can see that the second half, East Central seeing third in this game, and nice to see good chance there. Nice to see that the center official just wants to control the game, not let it get out of hand, not allow it to be dictated by dumb decisions and dumb fouls out there on the field.
So 1-0, still your score. ICC leading it with 40 minutes and 45 seconds to play here in the second half. ICC trying to complete the sweep after the 5-4 victory in the women's match, and there's going to be a push in the back, and yeah, we're probably going to hear a lot of whistles over the next 5 to 10 minutes here in this contest. So ICC picks up the 5-4 win in the women's match. ICC men leading it currently 1-0, trying to find that other goal to maybe get a little bit more of a lead. Now here comes Balichete. Wanted to send it ahead, but nobody there with him. And I think that was just maybe a little miscommunication or misthought that time on the part of Balichete.
It's still a good idea, though. You see Coach Sullivan even encouraging that. You know, it was a little bit of a give and go and then trying to play the ball back into space. There just wasn't a player on the backside running onto it. But it's still a good idea trying to break the lines in different ways to break the line. And so that type of idea will be there. Coach Sullivan can even make a substitution and show somebody on his whiteboard how to get into that back line, and that'll be a dangerous ball later on in the second half.
East Central doing a good job of being patient, dribbling it through traffic that time. Now gets it out towards midfield. Going to try to reverse the pitch here. ICC closing in strong. Nice move now, trying to break in that line. Sends it ahead, has a man coming out on the outside. An opportunity here for East Central, and a beautiful play that time. Was that Joe Rainey? Yes, it was. Joe coming up and making the great extra effort to send that one out of bounds.
Joe's one of those guys across the back line. A lot of credit goes to obviously the center backs. You talk about them a lot. You even talk about the other side, but Joe is just consistent in his work. He's not someone that's going to lead the stat categories with shots or even assists, but he is going to do the work that's needed. He's a great player from the New Albany area. Had a wonderful head coach in Carol Vogel over there during his time in the high school career, and to have the understanding and the work rate of what it takes to be successful in this league, it's just a great atonement to how hard he works in his training sessions.
And that corner kick was whistled off. I guess it went over the, did it go out of bounds, back inbounds, or whatever they call that, Coach, where it goes
on the goal line.
Yeah.
So if it goes off the goal line, so the sides are sidelines, and the lines that are closest to the goals are goal lines.
Okay, there you go. That's what I was trying to say, but my brain didn't want to say it.
It's only a Wednesday, man, and you only got football to do tomorrow too.
So we had golf and soccer on Monday, golf on Tuesday. You guys today, football tomorrow. You guys Friday. Y'all want to play Saturday? Why not?
Nah, Notre Dame plays on Saturday. We can't do that.
That's true. I think that might be it, too, coming off that quick trip up north over the weekend as well. So, anyway, we're still got a match going here. 1-0 is your score. ICC with the lead. Coach, let's flip it. We talked about on the part of ICC now for East Central. Mm-hmm. You know, you're trying to find a way to get points of the road, maybe come up and earn this draw, or maybe find a way to win it. And there's an opportunity here as they go over the top. But what does East Central got to do?
There's two different varieties. I think that ball right there is a dangerous one. Just whenever Itawamba gets open up into their attacking shape, I think it's a good counter ball to try to hit. But some of the vulnerability I did see, East Central didn't have too much of a build up in the first half, but some of the moments I thought that were pretty vulnerable was whenever they connected to their forward line with their midfield, and so they'd get the ball to the forwards, and then the midfield would run through that line, and Itawamba did not do a very good job of tracking their midfield runners. So maybe that's a way to be creative. You've got 8 and you've got 21 here in the midfield playing for East Central. Play the ball high and then see if you can break in through the lines as you do that, and that creates extra runners across the back line. So that's something I would try to incorporate, but we'll see if East Central is aware of that.
It's a little Soccer 101 being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. As East Central with it now, trying to find that equalizer. They swing it out wide. Here comes an opportunity here for EC. Trying to come off on the far side of the pitch. And it once again is Joe Rainey in the right spot at the right time, deflecting that one away, and then eventually finds a way to win the battle and get the ball back for ICC. Great hustle by Rainey. Now ICC with it. They're trying to counter here on the other end, see if they can build on this 1-0 advantage. This is Balichete with it now. Balichete looking to go to work. Didn't have anything he likes now, backs it back out, squeezes it ahead to Heredia. Heredia back to Luan. Luan now wanting to work one-on-one here. Tries to squeeze it ahead, going to Clayton O'Daniel. They're going to call him offsides. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, I think Brian was offside, but Clayton was not. So unfortunate on that call, but it was really, really tight line by East Central, and that always makes it a very tough call. And the AR, I guess we'll say, made the right decision. She's been running some really good games this season, so we'll give her some credit.
Yeah, I was jokingly talking with Lee before the start of your match is she's going to end up being an ICC employee. As many checks as she gets from over here, she has called just about every match this season.
Yeah, but been very good and been very consistent. We've been very pleased with the officiating crew that's usually based out of the Memphis area, so they have to drive in for these events. There's no easy way to get to Fulton sometimes in the soccer community,
Yep.
and so they come in from Memphis, and they've been doing a really, really good job. A lot of the crew does SEC games and does Conference USA with the UAB teams and University of Memphis teams, and so we're just very thankful that we get that type of quality that come in and do the same thing for our league.
So East Central now going on the attack. They're in their pink and white kits. ICC in the blue and white kits. East Central trailing this one 1-0. There's 35-13 to play here in the contest. Brandon Kane takes that one away, now trying to squeeze it ahead to O'Daniel. And that time just the two players ran into each other. Good no call on the part of the referees that time.
O'Daniel needs to do a job of just holding that ball up there. You know, he's looking to turn and take away 3 defenders on his first touch. He's got all of his supporting cast behind him. So play the way you face, drop the ball back to your midfield's feet, then you can peel away from that defender, and while they're ball watching, you can find the free space. So that's just little moments it's going to take him to learn. Anytime Luan's on the ball here running at the goal, that's a dangerous opportunity too. Even going right at the goalkeeper with the sun in his eyes, that's something that could be dangerous going into the remainder of the second half.
Yeah, that's one thing a lot of people don't realize at this complex is if second half, if you're having to look back into that sun as the sun continues to set this afternoon, it eventually gets to a level where it is just brutal when you're looking back towards the broadcast booth up here. So the ball's sent ahead. ICC breaks it up, and just a game of catch between ICC. Eventually it settles in front of Ryan Parker. Parker tries to send it to midfield, and it's going to be turned over by the Indians. And then East Central just gives it right back and trying to scramble for it. Loose ball on the pitch here, and John Gonzalez comes up, squeezes it ahead, but East Central breaks it up again. And then ICC takes it away. That's Brian Heredia. Heredia's been pretty much out there almost, it seems like, the whole time until he got that yellow card where he had to come out. As EC battling and squeezes it free.
And the space is really getting compact right in the middle. You know, the center backs and the outside backs are super tight to one another. So turnovers like this can create opportunities.
Shot from distance, and it's in there. The Indians stick it home and take a 2-0 advantage. That was Austin Rowell with the goal, unassisted that time, as is able to take that one away and then send it to the house. Big time goal there, Coach. Now for East Central, you got to start thinking about coming out a little bit and get a little bit more aggressive on the offensive side, now trailing this thing 2-0.
Yeah, you got to press it a little bit more, but all credit to Raul right there. 1v1, wins the ball off of his defender, takes his next touch to separate, hits it from probably about 25 out, lofts it directly over the goalkeeper. It's just an individual effort. And moments like that are important in these types of games where it's not really going your way. It's not that it's not going your way, and it's not perfect. It's just there's a little hiccup. So sometimes like that, an individual effort creates a goal, and next thing you know, here come the floodgates. Second one takes place. Now the third and the fourth get a little bit easier to score.
So 2-0 now is your score. ICC with the advantage. Gonzalez stepped in front of that one, just couldn't control as it goes out of bounds. And the throw in, wow, that one carries a bit too far. And ICC is just going to let it roll out of bounds. Coach, I know you've got the All-Star announcements. We haven't released those yet because we typically do what the MACJC commissioner tells us to do and wait until he releases them.
Right.
I think we're going to have to break that string because everybody else has sent theirs out without getting the official release from the commissioner. So
well, we don't mind that. You know, I mean, as far as like you guys doing what should be done, because I think the team is still being decided.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, the names were released before the first round of division were even played, and we were a little surprised by it, to say the least. So you guys keep doing what you're supposed to. We're there's no harm, no foul. We know that whenever the players are released, you know, you guys are going to do a little bit better than everybody else in the league anyway. No offense to anybody, but we take great pride in what you guys do, and we're always appreciative of it. So But yeah, it was put out there, and we were shocked by it. We were in the middle of a training session whenever the names got released, and my players knew before I was able to even let them know.
Yeah. And that, and two, the reason why we didn't put it out, they only had 10 players for each team listed.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think the team is still being decided.
Yeah.
So, I think that we can do a better job of just communication with our league. Maybe putting an email out there by our MAC-JC soccer chairman, or maybe the director of soccer over at Holmes, who actually runs the event, Matt Convertino. He can maybe put something out there, but it's always a great opportunity for our players to be recognized, and we don't want to take that for granted. But we just want a little bit of clarity. So, because sometimes players see that other names are announced, and they're like, hey, was I decided or wasn't I decided? And we just want it to be something that's a little bit more consistent with everybody.
So ICC gets it back now. Over the middle they go. Heredia ball fakes and then tries to send it. Comes off the backside of the East Central player, and looks like Heredia maybe starting to catch a leg cramp after that last shot attempt. And so the ball breaking up, nicely done that time by East Central.
There's 30 minutes left to go in this half, too, and you got a two-goal advantage. I'm not saying that this game is completely in the hands of Itawamba. Good shot here if it goes in. So now it's getting to start open, and the reason I was going to say that is maybe you want to start looking into the substitutions and protecting legs as you get ready for that second battle against Hines on Friday.
Luan Balachete gets the third goal of the match here for ICC and gives ICC a little bit more breathing room, but as we've already seen one time today, when East Central ICC gets together, crazy things tend to happen.
I think these guys are going to be a little bit more consistent than what we were on the women's side. And, all credit to my girls for fighting, but we should have never gone down the way we went down. We had control of the game, and whether we needed an extra goal or not, we had control of the game. We didn't need another goal to make it change. But once that goal came in on East Central's behalf, it changed their favor in the momentum. But that's some moments that we're learning. I've got a lot of freshmen on my women's team, and they're still adjusting and learning. Even though we've had 11 games, they are freshmen in the collegiate environment, and they still are adjusting and learning.
So EC with the ball now. They trail this contest 3-0. As we talked about, ICC with the win in the men's match can secure a spot in the playoffs. And if I'm thinking right, a loss by Hines today would give ICC the North Division championship in the men's. As there's a shot. Oh, what a save that time on a crafty shot out of East Central.
It would give them a share of North Division with one more game left to go. So it would be what takes place after that. Like we're surely in first place right now all by ourselves, and we would still be in first place, but it would come down to what would take place next week. I believe in the first leg of matches on Tuesday. But it's 98%. If they win today and then also win at Hines, it's 98%. But Coach Sullivan corrected me on that because I thought the same thing, and he said, "Hey, it's not official until it's official," and I commend him for that because I think Pearl River earlier today announced that they had clinched the spot, but mathematically, there still is a situation mathematically where Meridian could have an opportunity to qualify for the playoffs. And so you got to play all the games. That's why we play them, right?
Yeah.
So because anything could happen, and so we want to make sure that we don't misstep and misspeak.
Yeah. And that too, and another thing that we've seen time and time again is the way you understand a tiebreaker in the MACJC may not be the way I understand a tiebreaker in the MACJC. And at the end of the day, nobody really knows how it goes, and you end up going to a coin toss like we saw in the women's basketball last year.
Right, and credit to the growth of this league. There has been a time in this league where there was a tie and it went all the way down to goal differential and whatnot, and they got to a coin toss, and the two coaches decided, well, we're not going to let it be decided by a coin toss. Let's just play an extra game. So they just decided on their own, without the commissioner's approval, to play an extra game, and got it to I think 70 minutes to allow it to count as an actual game. One team won 1-0, and they called it. And then the commissioner found out 2 days later about it, and he was not too pleased.
Yeah, I can imagine. Here comes ICC trying to add on to this 3-0 lead. Rowell with it, sends it across the middle. Cameron Kane fires, and it finds its way in.
Mentioned that earlier too, how that second one turns into third and third turns into fourth. You know, that now it gets a little bit easier. Fatigue sets in for East Central. You get a little bit tired whenever these goals go into the back of the net. You got a little pep in your step whenever you put in goals into the back of the net.
So the fourth goal of the day, ICC spreading it out nicely. Balachete, Cameron Kane, Austin Rowell, and Clayton O'Daniel all with goals this afternoon for the Indians. And, Coach, you're starting to see what you had talked about with Coach Sullivan, getting some of these key players some time on the bench because they got another big big one Friday night down at Hines.
Yeah, and even the guys that have been stepping in off the bench. I mean, these guys are contributing. It's not a coincidence or anything like that they're undefeated in the North Division. They've earned this, and it's been a collective effort. And so these guys that are getting to step in, it may be a little bit more minutes than what they're used to, but they're going to contribute to this game, and they were able to do that in the Andrew game over the weekend as well.
One of those players coming in that's making a difference right now, that's number 15, Peyton Avery, a spark off the bench. Now this is Kirkpatrick with it, wanting to work 1v1 here, weaving through defenders, and that time probably one too many touches, Coach, as he got surrounded by a pair of players.
Well, that's where he's taking the situation and saying, well, my buddies are doing it, so I want to get on it too. So he's looking to get that score line and get some of those stats like what some of his other teammates have done also.
So the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for East Central. As we're about 27 minutes to go into the contest. ICC with a 4-0 advantage here over East Central. This is the first game of the second half of, I should say, division play as they send this one ahead. O'Daniel trying to get to it, fires, and just wide. Well, Coach making the turn. As we said, you made your turn on Monday against Hines. This is the restart of conference play. You go to Hines on Friday. You're going to see a lot of road games. The first half of the conference play was home heavy, which is a good thing. But now you're going to find out just how much moxie, how much want to these two teams have whenever you have to spend a lot of time on the road.
Yeah, the weather pushed back some dates, and then the weather also had us change some matches that were originally planned to be away in the first leg of division to be at home. And so now the remaining 4 matches for us in division play are all away matches. And we need to get results in every single one of those. So it's a great test for us, though, because I think we do actually play quite well on the road. This past season, we've done really good in being mentally focused on the road. Even on games that we've gone down, we fought back in. We traveled to Tennessee. We went down 3-1 up in Tennessee to a good Motlow side, and we came back to that and tied that 3-3. And then I think all the other results we've had on the road have been wins for us. And so it's just going to be a challenge, but we're excited about it. It's just MACJC. We love the grind.
And Coach, another thing you've got in sight now is last year you set a record for most wins in a single season. Closing in on that record again, if you can go back-to-back seasons like that, a real big testimony for where this team was and where they're continuing to grow to be.
Oh, thank you. I didn't realize we were close. I guess you're right. I guess today put us at 7. I think last year was 10 where we set the record, and with 3 games left to play. That's exciting because I think that's perfectly doable, and then leading into the playoffs, we could go for number 11 as we're in the playoffs.
There you go. Get a little SID doing his job.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Those are the type things coaches don't worry about.
No,
you worry about the day-to-day.
That's right.
So that ball goes out of bounds. There'll be a throw in here for East Central. I wanted to make sure. Ramona, you running the clock? It just seems like that clock is not moving. I'm messing with you. 25 minutes to play here. He actually thought for a minute he had not hit start on the clock. That's my bad. But, very slow moving second half here. There's still 24 minutes and 50 seconds to play. 4-0 is your score. ICC with the advantage, trying to complete the sweep of East Central this afternoon. ICC Lady Indians win 5-4 in the first match of the day. It was a game-winning goal by Brittany Mathis. You can see that goal on our Twitter account, as it was a header by the 4'7" freshman out of Pontotoc. No, I'm kidding. I don't know, she might be. Now the ball goes forward. East Central want to break it up, though. It was a beautiful cross on the part of Lexi Pund as well. So just a nice executed play. The Lady Indians fell behind, battled back, and was able to get the win there. Indians trying to hang on to this 4-0 advantage here to complete the sweep. And now here comes East Central with an opportunity on the opposite side of the pitch.
And this is one thing East Central's been good at all season long. They've conceded a lot of goals, but this type of effort right here, just fighting and getting 1 or 2 goals a game. They played a match against Jones early in the year. I believe the end result was 14-3, and they scored the goals, those 3 goals, periodically throughout the game. So they are scrappy. They're going to stay engulfed in the match. They're not going to give up. So all credit to them. I'm not real sure what the number was, but just that counter goal, I know that's not going to be pleasing for Coach Sullivan.
I don't know if that might have been an own goal. I can't see the number on the young man that was near the ball, but I don't know if it might have been an own goal that time as it come off the foot of an Indian. But either way it goes,
And then you just got now you have Itawamba's goalkeeper going down and taking a knee. And so, obviously you don't want to give it the goal, but you also don't want starting goalkeeper to be affected by something with only 20 minutes left to play in this match, getting ready for a big opponent on Friday.
19 was nearest the ball that time, and I think he did get a left foot on it. So number 19 for East Central, that's Gomes, will get credited with the goal. And we are going to have a keeper change here for ICC. This is going to be Preston Maddox coming into the contest. So Preston will be put back into the match here. And Coach, Sully mentioned it in your match, and we've seen it time and time again. And I'm hoping I'm not jinxing anybody, but when ICC and East Central get together, the improbable tends to happen.
Well, 23 minutes to go. I mean, you saw it in our game. You can definitely score 3 goals in that amount of time. It took place in the women's match. But, I think these guys, based on how they have been playing today, even though that vulnerability happened with that counter moment, they've been pretty organized. Itawamba's been pretty organized through the middle. Midfielders have done a good job of being first defenders step into the ball. I don't think that you're going to see East Central counter 3 different moments. If you did, then I'm going to have to step away with at least some time left in the broadcast, so I don't have to hear Coach Sullivan as the game's wrapping up.
Yeah, we would have to probably mute the microphones for sure on that one. So the First American National Bank re-kick puts the ball back in play here. ICC 4-1 is the advantage here over East Central. O'Daniel with the ball, then it was taken away by East Central.
But you bring up a good point about that is with this amount of time left and with the scoreline as it is, this is the moments that you just want to stay consistent. You said that there's a big substitutions that have stepped in. These are a lot of guys now getting some minutes. It doesn't matter the personnel. The systems should still stay the same. Yeah, it may not be as sharp as what the first rotation was, but the run should still be there. The movement should still be there, and the decision making should still be there. And so that's going to be really interesting to see how it goes from here for the remaining 22 or 23 minutes.
What an impressive cross that time from Brendan Kane. The header was just too tall from Clayton O'Daniel. As the ball goes out of bounds, ICC going to send in some more substitutions here. We'll actually have looks like maybe a new keeper into the match. No,
just rotating. Just rotating goalkeepers and putting a blue penny on him.
Yeah, so he doesn't have apparently doesn't have the or actually no, it's number 14, Jake Cockroff out of Kosciuszko. He's a freshman midfielder that's coming in as keeper. So don't know if Dylan Shoemaker might not be available today, but they are making a switch at keeper right now. Also for the Indians, it was number 28, Marcus Wood. And who was the other one? 20, I think. Huckabee come back into the match. And also Ryan Morgan into the contest here for ICC.
I think that's a good balance by Coach Sullivan. He's got enough of his leadership out there where these guys are able to come in and get some minutes, but also keep it organized enough in the back line with Ryan, in the midfield with Luan, and then even up top with Brendan Kane. I think these are good decisions by Coach Sullivan as he continues to move forward and finish this game off.
Kane baited the officials into the whistle that time. Very little contact, and the keeper about tattooed one off the top of his teammate's head that time. So now the ball taken away. ICC gets it back. This is Morgan with it. And the ball is out of bounds, so to go to ICC. See if we're going to let some of these substitutions into the match here. 21 minutes and 8 seconds and counting in the contest. So this will be a free kick coming up here on the foul. Tough angle here for the keeper, especially a kid that's not typically the keeper coming into the match, having to come in and basically stare back into the sun.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, and so I think it would be just a ball to send in and challenge. So even though it's a restart with a quick restart, maybe look to find that ball in and take a touch and just put it on frame and put it on keeper and see what takes place.
So they are going to let the substitutions come in here. This is going to be number 8, Brian Heredia. Number 6, Brian Vogel, into the contest. These substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They meet Monday nights at 7:07, Wednesdays at lunch. Follow them on Twitter at ICCBSU. So the Indians with it, coming up on 20 minutes to play. They lead this contest 4-1. Remind you that we will not have a broadcast, at least here Friday. We'll check with our friends at Hines to see if they might be broadcasting the soccer matches. I don't think they typically do.
I think they tried it last year and it didn't go too well, so more than likely they won't. We'll try to keep everybody updated through Twitter.
Yeah, so we'll try our best to keep everybody updated with Twitter. Right now, we're trying to work something out where maybe Lee Adams can stick around Thursday night from Goodman and go down and catch up with you guys on Friday.
That'd be great. We'll treat him to some good Papa John's pizza.
There you go. Little Caesars Pizza, since they're a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics.
I was just thinking down in Hines, they didn't have many of those, so you're exactly right.
Yes.
Sorry, Little Caesars.
That ball sent ahead, and ICC controls it now. 19-19 to play. Ball kind of just pinballing around. East Central lets it settle, puts a left foot on it, and is saved. Take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. Nicely done that time by Preston Maddox coming up and getting the save. Coach, that kind of puts you in a tough position as a keeper, not really getting that opportunity to get loose and get warmed up and have to come in and just be inserted directly into the game. Just kind of talk about the mentality of a keeper you have to be able to almost have that bulldog mentality to come in fresh off the bench like that.
Yeah, you really do. And he's stepped in like that before through this season. There's been some other opportunities where the starting goalkeeper has gone down in just a brief injury that didn't cost him a game, but it just cost him finish up the rest of the minutes. And he's been able to step in and respond really well to that. And it's just a testament to how engaged he is on the sideline. You know, he's paying attention to the work that's going on, so whenever he gets out there, he isn't caught on something that could be a vulnerable situation.
Brendan Kane tries to pop that one up to himself. Nicely defended that time by East Central. Both players go down to the turf. Good no call that time as the referee just steps out to make sure they don't kind of get into it with each other and says play on. So the Indians with it, trying to go on the attack here, leaving it too far ahead, and East Central is going to clear that one back easily. 17:45 to play. ICC with the 4-1 advantage. This one broken up. Now here comes an opportunity for the Indians. Can ICC tack on another one? No. Nicely done that time. Number 3, Gonzalez, coming in to break that one up and forcing a corner opportunity here for ICC.
I think that was Marcus Wood going down the sideline, and so a good opportunity where he brought down his first touch, took it down with his right, and then looked to cross it in with his left. Just a good step defensively by the East Central defender. So another goal scoring chance here. Corner kick. Numbers get into the box for Itawamba. See how they're lining up, starting outside the 18. It'll be interesting to see what types of runs they make to get in and be dangerous trying to put this into the back of the net.
Weston Mitchell checks into the contest here for ICC. Corner opportunity coming up here. Heredia is going to send this one forward, and it's just going to be simply slapped out that time. Now the shot from distance, and pretty impressive to get a shot, not only get a shot off, but get it on frame that time on a difficult angle. And a good job by the keeper coming up to make the save.
Yeah, I think Itawamba's picking up on this. Is not their usual goalkeeper for East Central, and they're kind of going at him a little bit more dangerously. So maybe taking some shot opportunities that they wouldn't in other cases where a true goalkeeper is in there. And this could be something dangerous where Itawamba gets a few more in, or it could be a great building block and learning opportunity for this backup East Central goalkeeper. Maybe he can find himself a new starting position in the lineup.
Marcus Wood came in and tried to slide that one past him, couldn't do so, and now the ball sent ahead, and ICC has a player down on the pitch right now. We'll see if they elect to stop the play. They say play on. Now they're going to try to go over the middle. The header is just going to be too wide that time, and now there will be a stoppage, as this is, I believe, Josh White is a little slow to get up. Actually, he did not signal for the clock to stop, said continue on. They're just going to send him off real quick, so we'll get Garrett Mills into the contest here for ICC. Also coming into the match for East Central is Martin Morfin, the Ripley native, getting to come into the match, so getting a chance to play a little bit closer to home. And also into the match is Alex Garcia, And now they're going to stop the clock with the multiple substitutions into the match here. I think, and this is just me now, I think if the opposing team puts in a position player in net to play keeper, it's one of those, I don't think you can get much of an argument from the head coach that you're taking up too much time getting a player off the field.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. So but I guess it was one or two extra substitutions along the way. He just said it was a little bit too much.
So now the ball being put back in play. East Central with it. They trail. They trail 4-1, and a lot of contact on that one. And that time, number 19, Gomes, who scored the goal earlier, not only did he get pushed in the back, but he had a rocket of a ball coming in and tattooed him on the forehead. No way that feels good. Coach, understand you had another soccer season start last night.
Oh, that's right, man. The little kiddos kicked off. Both went and got their first victories of the year, so both are undefeated. We showed up a little late. The two had piano practice, so Liam was only able to play about 7 or 8 minutes. But I was proud of him. Very first touch he had, took it around the defender. Second touch, he scored a goal, and it was right whenever he stepped in the game. And so coach subbed him out, let him get some Powerade, stepped back in, scored another goal. So
they get it from his dad.
Yeah, so he did really good. And then I wasn't able to watch Sydney because we had Mom watching her on one side, and I was watching Liam on the other side. But Nina told me that Sydney, I think she had a goal and maybe an assist as well. So, I'm not trying to push that bug in their ear by any way, shape, or form. We just want them to be active, but letting them enjoy what they're doing. I enjoy watching them get to play, and me getting to step away and not be in a coaching environment and just watching. That's something I take for granted a lot of times.
Yeah, Lee Adams had a chance to watch his son play his first ever soccer match last night. Asked him how he went, who won. He said they don't keep score at that level.
Well, we do.
Yes,
so.
yes. So that's the fun stuff of life right there, and it's one of those. I know you and Nina both stay extremely busy, and it's those moments you're glad you're able to see. Just take a step back and enjoy life and see the kiddos get to play.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's a goal in. ICC sticks that one home, as that was Weston Mitchell. And that was a assist that time. Was that? Yes, it was. That was Brendan Kane with the assist. And now ICC leads it 5-1. So it's 13-10 to play in this one before it's officially final here in Fulton. And Coach, this is in a slow-moving second.
Taking a little bit of time, but just to see the way that the goals have been scored, I mean, even though East Central has kind of conceded a few of these and maybe not been as diligent in their defending as what they were in the first half, there's been some really good goals, just the way that Itawamba's been able to get them, just the build-up and the decision-making with the crosses and the slotted balls through. It has been an entertaining second half to watch. It just seems like it has taken a little bit longer than 45 minutes.
So the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick coming up here for ICC. Remind you, we'll be back in action tomorrow night as the football team travels to Goodman and takes on nationally ranked Holmes. That triple option attack. The Davis Ford pregame show will come your way at 6. It'll be a First American National Bank opening kickoff at 6:30. If you're away from your computer but on the road, you can listen to the broadcast on ESPN 95.1 The Fan, the new home for ICC Athletics. Also, don't forget you can hear daily ICC sports updates during that time frame between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, and then also from right around, I'll let this big truck get through. I don't know how that big truck got there. But anyway, the second update is usually sometime during the 1 o'clock hour as well. That's 95.1 The Fan.
Man, and it is fantastic that you guys were able to form that partnership. 95.1, I think, reaches out at least as far out west that I go recruiting, and as far north as I go recruiting, and even down south as I get close to the Jackson area, I'm even able to pick it up a lot of times. So as I'm traveling and not able to be on campus for some different events, I've been able to listen to our football broadcast all the way up and down the north part of Mississippi. So it's a great partnership, and we're so thankful for that coming to play for you guys.
Absolutely, we're able to keep everything. Of course, soccer, we're still working on getting the crowd interested in the radio world. But
I don't really know how that gets commentated. I mean, Sirius has some stations with the Premiership out in England, but I don't know how Mississippi would respond to soccer on the radio.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Thank goodness this one has picture is all I'm going to say. As ICC with it now, but we are able to keep everyone updated on how ICC soccer does through those updates every day. And then, of course, Max Howell and Sam Ferris did a great job with their radio show from 2 to 6. They're on right before Paul Feinbaum, but they do a good job of promoting us through their show as well. So, yeah, great partnership, and we're looking forward to that continue to grow over the years. So the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in here for ICC. As this will be Huckabee to throw it in. And that should be a handball, no call. East Central gets it. And then ICC breaks it up. Now the Indians trying to reverse the pitch. And East Central steps in front of that pass and takes it away. Sun continuing to set here as you see the shadows getting longer on the ICC soccer complex. As East Central gets it back now, they trail 5-1. There's 9 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the contest here. ICC looking to complete the sweep of East Central this afternoon and actually complete the season sweep as well, as ICC went on the road to pick up a pair of wins earlier in the year at East Central. As this long cross is going to be chased down by the Warriors. And then taken away by the Indians.
Good job defensively, too, by the Indians, not panicking. East Central had probably the longest period of possession right there within that 45-second to a minute that they were on the ball. And Itawamba didn't really chase. He kept their lines organized. He eventually was able to win it 1v1 and get a good counter moment off of it.
East Central with it now. Coming across midfield. Now sends it ahead. Here comes an opportunity for the Warriors. Going to step into it. Pops it up and was looking for a cross. Actually, I thought he was trying to try to put it on frame that time, but put it across and just a poor cross that time. But East Central able to get it back. Now trying to go to the backside, and it's saved. Or is they going to call a foul? They're going to call this on ICC. Oh, tough.
Maybe calling a penalty kick as well.
And so it'll be a PK coming up. Rarely see those called, and this is going to be the second one we've seen today.
Well, regardless of the score line and the time, it comes down to whenever center official says you can't do that.
Yep.
You can't do that. So he's made that decision. He's not calling it a PK, though. Now he's calling it an indirect free kick, it looks like. So this will be something interesting you're going to see. It's going to be 10 yards that has to be separated from the ball to the wall, and there's only about 12 yards of space in between the ball and the goal. So you're going to see almost all of Itawamba's team set up on the goal line, and I absolutely hate this.
Yeah.
But it's part of it. So you're going to see them step up like this. For me, I would set it up a little bit differently defensively, but I don't think I have time to explain what we would do. So we're just going to put everybody on the goal line, and it's going to be a crash course. As soon as the ball is touched, you're going to see Itawamba run out as fast as they can, and somebody's going to get hit with it.
Ouch is all you can say. Yep. And East Central actually looked like they kind of went with the second touch, and so that was kind of a break for ICC. And then we're going to have more of a retaliation foul here on the other end, and they're going to call for a stop of play, and they're going to issue a yellow card to Gonzalez.
Yeah, so that play that we just went through in the 18-yard box, that's an indirect kick inside the box. And so, a better scenario is instead of crowding the area as the attacking team, just take a touch and make it a passing option. Then you draw out that whole entire team away from the goal line. Make one more touch. But it gets that close to the goal, everybody feels like you got to shoot it, you got to get on frame as soon as possible. Just be a little bit more patient and find your angles. It actually opens up a lot more.
So more substitutions coming into the match now for East Central. Those look like number 7, Logan Wilkerson, will also come into the match here. 7:48 to play in the contest. ICC with a 5-1 advantage here over East Central. If you're still sticking around with us, thanks. As this has been a A long match.
I've got us at 55 minutes in this half, so it has gone a little bit longer.
And Kirkpatrick keeps it away from the East Central defender. Now here comes ICC wanting to charge on the other end. Kirkpatrick weaving his way through traffic and just loses control of it there towards the end. My, oh my, if he could have dribbled his way through that much traffic and stayed at home, you would have had an early nominee for our What a Play Wednesday.
That's what Kirkpatrick brings to the game. Whenever he starts out wide and he brings his touch inside and he's able to run it at defenders, beats that first one, second one comes out to slow down, and before he knows it, he's beat 2 defenders going in that opportunity for goal. So has phenomenal speed. I think Brendan Kane and him do a great job on the left side and right side to be partnerships, and it's great to see whenever he's confident on the ball, taking players on 1v1. That's whenever Itawama's sometimes playing their best.
Well, some of the East Central players upset with their keeper right now, asking him to throw the ball in that's behind the net, and that just shows the part of him not being in his natural position, not knowing that's where the ball is. As a young fan, had it out there and now sends it back across. Nicely done with a nice foot on the ball, getting across Firewater Creek without any issues.
And it just goes back to the competitive level of East Central. I mean, they have conceded a lot of goals this year, but you're 6 minutes in and you're down by 4, and they're asking for the ball to be rushed to be put back in. Like, they want to play, they want to get chances. So commend them because they very well could be the 3rd place team going into the North Division, playing against the 2nd place team in the South Division as the playoffs get going. And it's a competitive side. I know that some of the score lines don't show that, but they are competitive whenever they're able to switch on and be 100% healthy.
So now ICC with it, going to pop it over the top, looking for someone on the far side. They're going to call offsides on the Indians. I think that was a 5-1 offside call there, as that one was pretty close. It's the ball sent ahead. East Central with it now. Here comes an opportunity for East Central. This is Gomes, who already has 1 goal in the day, looking to try to add for 2. Being hawked defensively, now sends it over the middle. Opportunity here, fires and deflected away. Gomes gets it back, though, and then ICC, nicely done by Kirkpatrick, to break that one up and eventually force the ball free. So the Indians with it now. This is going to be John Gonzalez trying to get a little fancy with his handles over the middle of the pitch, was able to get it back, and now that is Weston Mitchell with it, and he's just going to wisely back this one back and allow everybody to reset for ICC.
There's no reason to go forward. There's no rush. You just keep the ball. These are 5 minutes to go. Of course, another goal would be nice for the stat line, but it's not even needed. You can play the ball back, draw them out, open it up across the center backs and the outside backs, and just keep possession. And what I like to tell my team is just play keep away. Keep the ball away from the opponent. See how many passes you can complete.
East Central staying on the attack here, sends it forward. And the ball goes out of bounds. Just one of those, I think he saw how close he was, and when he tried to stop, it looked like he tried to stretch out a cramp on the far side. So one of those you just ran out of real estate and kind of just tripped yourself up. Nicely done that time, but East Central able to get it back now. Coach, one thing you do like, as you talked about with East Central, even some of these players from ICC that may not see a lot of valuable minutes, they're trying to come in and earn some more minutes on down the rest of the season, saying, Coach, hey, give me a chance and I'll make the best of it.
Oh, absolutely. And you got number 20 there, Huckabee, that I think everybody on the sideline would be rooting and roaring if he is able to get a goal. Just his work rate, it's infectious and something that gets seen in practice a lot, and obviously the minutes he's able to contribute in games, but he just has a one speed, and it's wide open. And it's fun to watch him play. Technically, yeah, he's always going to improve, but the way he works, the work rate is something that, for me, I enjoy as a coach as well.
So East Central takes it back now. There's 3:40 to play in the contest. ICC leading 5-1. And now East Central looking to go on the attack here. Want to finish strong, pick up some momentum if you're East Central heading into your next match. And as you said, these is best times to work is whenever you're playing against unfamiliar foes. And we've got another whistle and another yellow card issued here. I was looking at the ball and not away from the play.
Yeah, so after he received the ball and passed it on that little quick combination, he just kind of swung his arm a little bit. And the referee, just even 3 minutes ago, just keeping everything composed and not allowing it to get out of hand, and saying, once again, hey, you can't do that. So step off and let it be Itawamba's ball.
Yeah, maybe one of those, you hate to see the kid get a yellow in that situation. Maybe just pull him to the side, say, Coach, get him off, don't put him back in, with it being this late in the game in a 5-1 contest. But, yeah, As we've said time and time again in this league and every sport, it's a powder keg, and you don't need much of a spark to let it explode. And so a good job by the referees keeping things in check. So ICC now, Coach, I think, is going into that keep-away mode as they're playing a game of catch among themselves. Now they're going to send it down the pitch, see if they can get Gonzalez over the top. And he just lost sight of the ball that time, and it ends up popping out. This is going to be Huckabee. Huckabee going to go out wide. The ball is broken up, and East Central gets it back. Ball is loose, and East Central able to find it. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to play here before this one is final, and ICC will complete the sweep of East Central on the season. And a foul on ICC quickly put back in play here by EC. So East Central with the ball now, trying to go on the attack inside 2 minutes to play. ICC up 5-1. Cross over the middle, nice cross, and a good quick decision that time by Preston Maddox to come in and just clear that one out. Because, Coach, if he doesn't make that quick decision, he's out of position and probably results in an easy goal for East Central.
Yeah, great anticipation by him. I've been watching him while he's been out there. You talked about, just how does he stay motivated stepping in. Even some things he was doing off the ball, just he was moving around, he was jumping up and down, he was keeping himself active whenever he wasn't challenged, and that's a good reaction save by him to come out and just clear the ball off the line. So just shows how he stays in tune, both on the sidelines as he's watching, and then whenever he gets called up to the box, he steps in and does that work just as well.
So East Central with it now, coming up on 1 minute to play, as ICC will hang on to pick up the 5-1 win with an impressive second half performance. You can't bottle lightning, but whatever Sully said to the guys, he might want to figure out a way to bottle it on his own, as it was a very spirited halftime, and the Indians responded well.
And I think the guys reacted to it in a proper sense as well. Being up 1-0 and even the coach saying, hey, it's not good enough. Even though you're winning, it's just not good enough. The way they responded, it says a lot about where this team's going, where the leadership is within this team, because they have expectations themselves. And in all honesty, I don't even know if Sully maybe would have needed to do that. I think these guys would have responded well in the second half, just because while they were on the sideline getting their water, they were talking to one another. It's like, hey, this got to be better, guys. And you can see the change they've made as a team and as a unit, moving into their next round of play, getting ready for Hines on Friday.
And as a coach, you really like that ownership of the team whenever they step up and they recognize it as well.
Absolutely.
Coming up on 10 seconds now, ICC is going to wrap this one up in red and blue with a 5-1 victory. Lady Indians win 5-4. Hold on. Puts it in there and, just deflected out. Almost had a chance to add on a extra goal at the end there, but ICC does pick up the 5-1 victory. Lady Indians win 5-4 in the first match of the day to sweep East Central here in Fulton. Coach, any final thoughts on the day?
No, it's just a great effort by both teams to get 6 points on the day. Still controlling each other's destinies as we get ready for the now 3 games remaining in North Division play. Just want to see a good trip down to Hines, keep everybody healthy, and try to get 6 more points on Friday evening.
5-7 to be that First American National Bank kickoff there in Raymond at Hines. No broadcast for that. You can keep up with the matches on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. For more information on the ICC soccer programs, visit letsgoicc.com. For David Strother, Mike Sullivan, Lee Adams, Raphael Henry, I'm Adam Gore saying see you next time. And as always, Roll Tribe.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.